Welcome to Chapter 5 of SuperSonice Sand, the creative collaborative interview. Sean, it's so good to see you. How are you?
All good now, all good. It's Find Out Friday, but for us, it's actually during the week, earlier in the week. So it's very excited. Can't believe it's number 5 this week. Like we've been releasing one every 2 weeks. We've hit the mark very close on one or two occasions, but we've hit the mark with this beautiful, beautiful track this weekend. I really think it's going to go down well. It's different again to the last 4, and very excited to introduce our guest who's hiding away down there somewhere.
Hiding away down there somewhere. So how this guest came to be on the project is really exciting. So they are from Northern Ireland and they are part of an incredible 2-piece electronic music outfit up there. And they saw one of the interviews I did for a guy called Coincidental, who's an amazing hip-hop artist from Belfast. And they reached out to me because they just released a new song and I loved the sound of them. And then they saw that we were doing this project and they were like, we'd love to be involved in this project. And I was like, we'd love to have you. So as well as that, I would like to say that it is actually Peter's birthday today. So happy birthday and thank you for taking the time to be here with us for this collaborative interview. Peter from Lapse, welcome to SuperSonice Sand's Find Out Friday.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you, sweetheart? So how is everything going on in Belfast?
Yeah, it's going good. I'm having a happy wee birthday so far. So
yeah, and you're wearing the coolest shirt I think I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Okay, it's got sloths, alpacas, burritos, headphones. Like,
what more could you ask for?
That's it.
The internet's a wonderful thing.
It is. I saw it the other day on your Instagram and I was like, please wear it for the interview.
It's so bad that it's like unironically good. So
it's perfect. It's a mishmash of all the things we love. There's space in there, pizza. Like, what's not to love about that?
Burritos.
So you wrote a song for us called The Things These Shores Have Seen.
I did indeed.
And it's beautiful. And then Sean took that and he made a video. I sent you guys both a reaction video of the first time I watched it. And I think after Find Out Friday is finished, I will probably share that reaction video on my social media so people have something to look forward to tomorrow when the video comes out for everyone to see. So it's so different. We're like 5, so we're nearly halfway through what we envisioned the project being 12 releases. It's so crazy, like what each song kind of evokes in Sean and what each artist has been sending us evocatively that they need to get out there, which is the beauty of this. Like,
it's so interesting. Like before this, I'd never seen anyone do the kind of artwork that Sean does. Like that was so new to me, but it's baffling. Like it's so awesome. It
Well,
kind of reminds me of Art Attack. Remember when the guy used to do like the big massive piece and then they'd zoom out at the end and it was this other thing that you didn't know? It was crazy. Like,
yeah.
But like for me, when I got the track, Peter, as well, it was kind of like the artwork for this piece, which is different each time, but in terms of how I respond. But like, do you remember, Rebecca? We were kind of working with another band who won't mention their name. That this track, this visual was going to be working with their music they've already sent us, but it wasn't working for me with their track, and for weeks and weeks and weeks we were trying to get it to work. And so, but when you sent in your track, it was immediately for me very obvious that I was barking up the wrong tree with the other band on this, and this was the visual because for me, when people see the visual tomorrow, it's a kind of a revolving, mesmerizing kind of drawing. It just goes around and round and round and round circles. And for me, your track just immediately had this, you know, if either of you ever remember these music boxes where you kind of wind it up and there was a character, maybe it was a ballerina or a kind of a figure that you wind it up and this kind of like fairground attraction sound would come out of this. And it's a memory from my childhood, from my Auntie Eileen had one of these, and anytime you go up to Auntie Eileen's house, it's just a very, very vague recollection. But you know the way sound as a child sits in there and comes back sometimes. But when I heard your piece, it was kind of obvious for me. But for me, your track is very much like a lullaby. It's like this beautiful contemplation of joy and perhaps sorrow and certainly beauty. And like even the name that you're given it, the things these shores have seen, is kind of like that retrospective looking back. And so for me, then the element of water is very present in the way I've kind of cut it together and overlaid. The last track was on fire, lots of fire, the cliff fire in the last track by Andy Killian. But it's certainly in this one by Lapse, we certainly have introduced lots and lots of water. So we had a quick little look at it before the three of us had the chat. So I'm quite happy with it. I think it sits quite well.
I'm so excited. I can't wait for people to see it. Like I think it works really well with like the track and the artwork itself. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I was saying there's like a childlike simplicity to it. Like I was like, it's very innocent. Like, so I understand the lullaby thing and like the way the video goes with the song, and like it's just, yeah, it's a little innocent breath of fresh air. It's just, and then obviously that Sean said that it evokes his childhood. That's mad that we all kind of see the same thing or feel the same thing. Like, and that's what I'm finding with this project. It's so hard for other people to understand because we're all kind of joining together in this creative and we're all feeling the same emotions. Like that's just
the collective human experience.
And tell us, Peter, about the making of the track for you. Like what is your process with something like that?
Usually this time around, recently I got this new software which like is like tons of new synth sounds that I didn't have before. And I was just looking at some of your older videos of like the time lapse stuff. I was looking at it and I was like, how would I want, like, what would I want this to sound like? And I found like a synth that was like real, like spacey and dreamy, and that I thought would like suit well. And then I just started from there and I would usually start with a beat and then just like program in drums and stuff, and then work on like the melodies and stuff after that, which is what I did this time. But yeah, I found this synth sound which I thought would work really well and put some reverb on it, and just went from there.
Oh, it worked great. And for me as well, then like when I like a lot of the previous tracks on the SuperSonice Sand project have been with electronic music, we often kind of think of like, it's fast, bang, 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 bang. But this track, like, and the way I've tried to visually represent it is I've like completely slowed everything down. The only thing that's actually moving at any speed in this is the two characters, myself and my friend Joe, who was with me on the day when I did that piece of sand art. So you see us moving around like the wind-up music or treasure box, music box characters. But other than that, I think even that is kind of subdued, really, to be honest. So it's kind of like that mesmerizing, that slowness, I suppose. And what you were saying, Rebecca, about the kind of childlike simplicity of it, and allowing the kind of slowing everything, like electronic music doesn't have to be represented in time with the music. Not every beat needs to have a kind of a visual explosion. So it was really nice to kind of allow it to be slowed all the way back down to as slow as possible in this one. So I really enjoyed that.
Easy on the eye and the ear.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I like the water element in this one is for me is like I've literally overlaid a kind of water, so it's almost like the drawing comes alive from under the water. It's almost like that. So again, and with the title, the things these shores have seen, it's kind of like whether you see that as joy or sorrow or beauty or whatever, that there's that kind of like dreamlike quality that I was kind of picking up in your track, that I wanted to try and represent as simply as possible, I suppose, I guess.
You've done a great job. It's I'm so excited.
Thank you. Thanks a million. I mean, it was an easy track to work with because of that, because like visually, as soon as you like once you immerse yourself in that track, it's mesmerizing. It's kind of like it really draws you in, and I was just consumed in it, in this kind of like daydream of like, I suppose I had it on here on loop for about 3 or 4 days while I was editing the video, and so some of them take a lot longer. Sometimes I'm listening to the track for about 2 weeks, but like after 3 days of listening to it in loop, day in, day out, literally, I'm in my own little world, thinking along with every note and change of tone and everything that's in that. So it's beautiful. For me, it was an easy track to respond to in that sense. But sometimes the easier, the more natural response that I can find is often the more successful kind of thing. Like I can work too hard on things, overcook them. So I think this is a beautiful, nice, simple track, and really excited to see what people think of this. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock we release it.
And we're super excited to do that. So I just want to take a moment as well to just speak to Peter about Lapse, because obviously this is not going to be released on Spotify. They are going to use this as a way to tell everyone that they're about to release an EP, which is very exciting. Okay, they're an incredible band, and like I can't wait for everyone to hear what's coming next from them. So talk to me a bit about Lapse, like your story, what's about to come out, and just, give everyone a taster of why they should be paying close attention to you, because I really do think they should be.
Well, it started off in like 2019 as like excuse me, just a solo project, and I was just making like instrumental tracks on the laptop with like piano and drums but then I sort of shifted towards more like synth heavy stuff after that, and I went and done this music course in Belfast, obviously, and I met up with Ellie, and we were in a band like through that music course, and then like we just worked really well together, and I like just decided to take her on board as a vocalist. So, and then from there it's just been like our tracks have been doing pretty well. So yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, that's so exciting. Like, I really, really love your music. Like, I remember the first time I heard you, I think I must have played you 15 times in that day after I showed you on the Instagrams. And I was like, I really like their sound. Like, it's so different. And then it's just two of you. I always like two pieces the best,
Less complicated, easier to work things out and stuff.
Yeah. It's an easy merger, you're not, well, then again, I interviewed a band once and there's 13 of them, and they thought that was easier because they weren't all fighting. Like, they were just all just creating for creating's sake. So that was, it's kind of finding a balance between 2 and 13. Like, I think 5 can be very difficult sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. When there's that many personalities to work with, it can become complicated.
Yeah. Too many egos spoil a broth. I think that's what they say.
Definitely.
So guys, we are going to leave you off now. Is there anything you'd like to add to the interview, Peter?
Just that I'm excited to see the rest of the project unfold. I can't wait. Feels amazing even to just be a part of. Like, it's truly awesome.
Thank you. It's amazing to be part of this project, for absolute sure. For every single one of us, we're just so grateful and constantly blown away that anyone would want to collaborate with us. So thank you for your collaboration. Everyone, tomorrow, 8 p.m, the things these shores have seen will be released over on the Art Hands YouTube channel. You've been watching not Creative Cabin Fever, SuperSonice Sand, Chapter 5, the collaborative interview. Find out Friday. I'm doing too many things. I'm getting all my different things. I'll stop recording now.
You need time off.